In Greater Clark, we have full-day kindergarten. The kids come in. We have a reading block where we work on their letters, their sounds, and as they start to get those, we move into building words, and then eventually, near the end of the year, they're reading. We also have a math block where we work on some of those basic numeracy skills, such as counting and counting one-to-one. We work on adding and basic subtraction and kind of building just those foundational reading and math skills for those upper grade levels.
In math, we do a lot of hands-on things, so they're using manipulatives and moving things around, using dry erase boards to show their thinking and their learning. We have a writing block as well, which typically starts with drawing pictures and then will develop into writing words and sentences to go along with our pictures and labeling things. And then within those content areas, we try to build in science and social studies learning as well. So if we're talking about reading a book together in kindergarten, we will talk about how the characters are feeling and things that they're doing and experiencing, or the seasons within the book, and just pulling in anything that we can to expose them to real life.
Kindergarten is the first room, the first teacher that they get to, because some of them don't even go to preschool or daycare. You always remember that starting a new year, of the excitement that you are starting them off. You want them to be successful because their experience in kindergarten is what they're going to remember for the rest of the year. So you don't want them to have a negative experience, you don't want them to have a rough experience, you want it to be the best. Teaching them that, you can do it on your own. We give them the opportunities to try that, because as the year goes on, we're preparing them for first grade. And in first grade, they need to be more independent. As the year goes on, we're gradual release. I do less, you do more kind of thing. And it's so important throughout the beginning of the year and throughout the end of the year that they gain that independence.
I think a lot of what we do in kindergarten is just set the stage for a successful school career. They're learning, how do you come to school? How do you work as a part of a class family? When they come in, they're so young and they do need so much extra help. And then coming to the end of kindergarten and they're reading and they're being persistent and trying to sound out words on their own. Kindergarten, you see a lot of growth from the start to end of the year.
I love the collaboration that goes on in the building, both with the kindergarten team as well as the other teams among the grade levels. So kindergarten's talking to first and first is talking to second. So we know what to expect and we know how we can improve instruction really, really effectively, and to get that foundational letter and number skills so they're ready to go into first grade and start reading.
It's so bittersweet because they've come such a long way from knowing very few letters, some don't know how to write their name, to the end of the year where they're reading independently by themselves in higher level text. I don't know, it's the best feeling.